Yo, how's it going, pilots? In case you missed it, Mecha Break will be updating July 28th with some major changes for some of the strikers. Who's getting buffed? Who's getting nerfed? Let's get right into it. Here are some upcoming changes for these selected strikers. Up first is a much desired buff for Falcon. Falcon's recon kit can now be deactivated manually to reduce cooldown. And every second deactivated early, you'll get a 2.5 second reduction in cooldown. Up next is the Leastness with the buff, and he's about to become a movement menace. Alright, so ground energy regeneration has been increased from 8,800 to 9,100, helping him become more efficient in regenerating energy no matter the form. This will also improve his combat efficiency. Alright, Tricera mains, hate to break it to you, but you're getting nerfed. Alright, so when fully depleted, Tricera's Fluid Armor reset delay has been increased. Regeneration time has been increased from 3.8 seconds to 4.2 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, you're going to feel it when you're out there fighting. Next nerf for Tricera are to the anti-air drones, which the firing interval has been increased 0.2 seconds. This increased the hit rate for missile attacks from the flyers. Along with that, the anti-air drones can only reload when not in turret form. You will need to revert back to your striker form in order to recharge your drones. Tricera's Gatling gun has also been nerfed. The rotation speed for it has been decreased from 160 degrees per second to 130 degrees per second. This decreases the tracking when in turret form. Hey, sorry Stegos, you got nerfed too. Rocket launcher rotation speed has been decreased from 140 degrees per second to 110 degrees per second. Stego's lingering smoke from the haze diffuser has also been decreased from 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds. And along with that, the haze diffuser cooldown has been increased from 22 seconds to 30 seconds. Welcome. You became too good, my boy. Now you got nerfed. First nerf for Welkin is the defense force field duration, which has been decreased from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. However, the cooldown remains the same at 24 seconds, with every second of early deactivation decreasing the cooldown by 3 seconds. Second nerf is to the damage from the second and third hits in a combo. This has been decreased by 1,000 points per hit. Gonna have to swing that axe a lot more to really get that health down. And the final nerf for Welkin is to the spinning slash. The energy consumption has been increased from 5,800 to 6,500. With the top 3 heavies getting nerfed, how will this change the meta of the game? If you made one of these mechs, how will this affect you, and how will you adapt? Let us know in the comments below, and let's move on to the next striker. Coming up next is Norakami, and man, oh man, the buffs are in your favor. First buff is that the decoy drone deployment range has been increased from 100 meters to 160 meters, along with the recall distance being increased from 200 meters to 260 meters. This makes Norakami much harder to track. Norakami's energy capacity has also been increased from 17,000 to 20,000, along with her jump height being increased from 70 meters to 78 meters. And the biggest change to Norakami is that the camo drone shield can now be deployed onto allies within 300 meters. Gone are the days of Norakami needing to be up close and personal to protect allied strikers. Make way for the Hurricane, because here come the buffs that are going to make this striker more viable in higher tier games. Starting off, the damage from the main weapon has been increased from 12,000 to 14,000, along with the sustained damage from the charge attack to be increased from 1,500 per 8 ticks to 1,900 per 8 ticks. The only drawback is that the reload time has been increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Like Norakami with their camo field, Hurricane's defense force field can now be deployed onto allies within 400 meters. Melee strikers are going to have a harder time fighting Hurricane, because now the decoy drone can explode and stun melee units for 1.6 seconds when touched. Coming up next is Skyraider, who received kind of a mixed bag. We're talking 1 step forward, 2 steps back, with the first step being a buff to the sidearm missile damage that has been increased from 3,000 damage per tick to 3,200 damage per tick, with the total damage increasing from 45,000 to 48,000. But like Tricera, Skyraider's anti-air drones cannot reload energy when in flight mode. You must revert back to striker form and recall the drones to replenish energy. Skyraider's disruption missile duration has also been decreased from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. Aquila has flown too close to the sun, and this patch is going to bring him down to earth. First up, the energy consumption for the second energy gauge or the flight kit has been increased from 1200 to 2400, cutting Aquila's hover time in half from 50 seconds to 25 seconds. The energy consumption for air dash mobility has also been increased from 2400 to 2800. When fully depleted, Aquila's energy cooldown threshold has been increased from 24% to 34%, significantly making the wait time much longer for the energy to recharge. And lastly, Aquila's energy regen in the air has been decreased from 1270 to simply 1200. Panaka can stretch a little bit further when providing support. Panaka's lock-on range has been increased from 450 meters to 550 meters. If you haven't felt the heat from Inferno, you're definitely going to feel it now with these upcoming buffs. With the booster kit, Inferno now has an increased evade distance from 60 meters to 90 meters. The dash and jump speeds have also been increased when the booster is activated. Inferno's jump height has also been increased from 50 meters to 70 meters. And with all that, Inferno's energy consumption has been decreased. On the ground, Inferno's energy consumption drops from 3600 to 3000, and in the air, from 4400 to 3400. With Inferno coming with these buffs, this question now stands: will you cook or be cooked out there in the field? And finally, we have Serenith, who's got some pretty serious buffs coming its way. First up, we have the Ox 1 Grappler that can now do a minor stagger to its opponent. And now Serenith's Ox 2 can now clear all debuffs and is immune to lock-on. Serenith's evade energy consumption has also been decreased from 1600 to 1400 while on the ground, and then from 2000 to 1700 while in the air. Jump energy has also been decreased from 1900 to 1800. And with all that, Serenith's sidearm damage has also been increased from 1850 per tick to 2200 per tick, making the total damage from 61,250 to 66,000. This striker can hit you from anywhere and everywhere, and it's going to hurt a lot worse with this update. And that's it for these upcoming changes coming to these selected strikers on July 28th. What do you think about these adjustments? Will this change the way you play Mecha Break? Will you change your main striker because of this update? Or will you learn, adapt, and overcome the challenge? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this kind of video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. That's all for now, and until next time, we'll catch you later. See ya!